Welcome back, everyone. I am the Great Genie, and this is my playthrough of Planescape Torment. When we last left off, we started this beautiful game, and we woke up not sure of where we are, of who we are, or what the deal is with those strange tattoos on our back. We talked with quite a few people last time and got some information, one of which is Doll, the scribe, so to speak here. He categorizes everybody that comes and goes through this mortuary where dead people are not only lying here dead, but also up and working. He told us, essentially, that he knew us, but didn't really want to get into the details. And apparently there were also some companions that could be in the mortuary, one of which is this woman that journeyed with us, interred in the memorial hall. I imagine we'll be running into her soon. We also figured out that Farad is somebody who there are markings on our back that essentially instruct us to read a journal that likely has memories of our past lives. Problem is, we don't have a journal. We suspect that Farad, who is notoriously a bit of a thief when it comes to taking things off of people, even though he's supposed to be collecting them and bringing them to the mortuary, he probably has our journal. So he is the point of contact that we should reach out to find it. Also, worth pointing out that he is noted on the tattoos that are marked and carved into our body. So without further ado, let's keep exploring. I think it's about high time we got out of this room. Or not. If it's sealed shut. Let's keep looking around. Nothing here. What's over here? Looks like a big hall. Hello there. Each corpse is standing silently in the corner of the room facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of his body, he died only recently. A freshly stitched number on his forehead reads 1664. So that's interesting because we've been running into a lot of these zombie workers with varying numbers. If he died pretty recently, then 1664, there's probably roughly around 16,000 workers that have been either indisposed or are currently working, which is interesting. And it looks like it's serving as a librarian, for it has a huge stack of books. Well, what books are they carrying? The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the text, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. You are suddenly struck with a feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. Obviously, we're going to take the page. Doesn't look like it belongs to the ledgers. It looks like a log book. The tear is clean as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. You take a moment to read through the page. It's a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and logged in the receiving room. That is quite of interest to us. All the entries appear to be recent arrivals, so we very clearly are going to want to look at that page. All right, so that'll bring us back here. I think it had an option to take the page and leave. I imagine that we still have the page. So how did you come to be a librarian? Are all the other jobs taken? Yeah, that's the common response with all these corpses. So if we still have the page, there it is. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in a dark, crabbed script. 16537, 5th night, drunk, chest wound, cause of death, mauling, Abishai? I suspect some kind of creature. Collector, pox, 3 commons paid, no possessions. 16538, desiccated corpse, indeterminable, age of shell prevents identification, no idea what that is. Collector, Farad, no possessions. Stripped, knife marks evident from dissection, which, knowing Farad, probably would indicate that he took something. Scarred shell, cause of death indeterminable. Collector Farad, possessions logged. Fist irons, 13 commons, middle table, receiving room. Desiccated corpse, age of shell, perfects. Okay, so these are knife marks evident from dissection, but the dissection was not thorough enough. Copper earring found lodged in abdomen. Earring has been locked in southeast preparation room. Okay, so that seems like something we might want to find. It also indicates that Farrah probably isn't very thorough when it comes to taking things from people. Skeleton, cause of death. Yeah, okay. These shells Farrah has brought also shows sign of having been prepared. Initiate an investigation into the matter. Okay, so very clearly they're on to Farrah. It doesn't look like any of these apply to us. Tiefling male, grave rot. Yeah, it doesn't look like, which would be interesting, but it doesn't look like it. Of interesting note, we don't really understand what our name is, and we know that because something I noticed when looking back at footage is that we, in the character creator screen, were unnamed, the nameless one. There's essentially no way for us to change that. We are essentially not really aware of who we are, not only as a player, but as a character, so it kind of designates that we are this person, but not really, we're acting as them, but they are a separate entity that we cannot change, if that makes any sense. I know that I just kind of babbled there. The stench coming from this corpse is truly nauseating. Someone split this man's chest, yet to remove the internal organs. So you look like you are of import. So I'm going to talk to this person first. 257, so they've been around the block. Several blows to the head, making the number hard to read. Don't you get dizzy with your eyeballs facing like that, since they are slightly askew? There's no flicker of understanding. Stare silently off to the left and right. All right. This person, corpse, there's no indication what the body died of. Bandages soaked with blood. They look several days old. Blood still trickles from its wound. Well, let's talk to this person. You see a slight young woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck make her appear as if she is starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Greetings. The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out in the corpse's chest cavity like knives, removing organs. I wonder if that's a metaphor for how precise and in her dissection she is, or if they literally are talons. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a D&D world, which I believe it is. What's wrong with your hands? The woman makes no response. Okay, so probably
Updated my journal.
Okay. She's a tiefling, chief. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually because some ancestor there shared knickers with one demon or another. Makes some of them addled in the head, and addled looking, too. Quite away with words, as always, Morte. Let's tap her. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and she frowns at you. Greetings. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You. She clacks her taloned fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Find thread and embalming juice. Bring here to Aven. Go, go, go. Note, you've been assigned a quest. Okay. Our first quest other than the main story, and it is to find thread and embalming juice. I had some questions first.
My journal.
No sign that she heard us. I think the dusty chit might be a little short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we? What's wrong with her hands? We did get this answer already, but what's wrong with her hands? Okay, so I imagine that we have, all right, embalming fluid and needle. Strange on the talon hands and tallow-colored flesh. Mistook me for a zombie and asked me to fetch some embalming fluid and needle and thread for her. So, clearly, we look like a zombie, which is, we already kind of knew this given Morte, our friend, has been saying that we are dead, but not quite dead, but we look dead. We've been given a lot of mixed signals. Tomb rot or corpse mold has eaten through its knee. I don't want to push it. Let's help him up. Pushing it seems very, very not nice. You reach out for the corpse's left arm to help steady it. As you grab your arm, it sways to the right and you end up tugging the corpse rather than steadying it. Chief, you might not... There's a crack from the corpse's left leg, and the body falls like a dead tree. Its torso strikes the stone flagstones and shatters like a rotten melon. Filth and ick are gurgling from the cavity. Blech. To your surprise, no one seems to have noticed the corpse's collapse, and even stranger, the left leg remains standing where the body was, as if at attention. After a moment, the leg falls over with a wet thump. As you gaze upon the putrefied remains of the corpse, you notice that its left arm seems intact. It is snapped from the torso during the fall, and it doesn't appear to have been touched by the tomb rot that has spread through the rest of the body. Naturally, our first inclination is, I wonder if I could make use of that arm. So we can take it, left arm 985, snap clean off when it accidentally toppled. As much as the corpse's knee was rotted, it looks like, okay, so the arm has rigor mortis, and so we can use it to bash somebody's skull in, or shake someone's hand from a distance if we really needed to. I am curious, does that do more damage? It does potentially 1 to 3 piercing, more damage than our scalpel. So if I remember right, select weapon. Let's get out of the screen first. No, that is our quick screen. I promise I will get a custom. Okay, our arm is here. We can drag it into our quick weapon. So we have scalpel there, arm here. Now we are carrying around an arm, as was meant to be. So I guess if we're going to find embalming fluid, the most logical place to check would be around here, since this does seem to be the place where dissections happen, though I would imagine she probably already took them, so we might have to look a bit further out. Let's keep looking. There you go. Another zombie worker. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. A 2-1. Faint smell of formaldehyde. Seeing anything interesting going on? So you're just a dummy. It blinks in surprise. Okay, so okay, the first person that we've reached out to that actually responds. You're not a zombie. Who are you?
Updated my journal.
The zombie is trying to respond behind stitched lips. He has a peculiarly half frightened, half angry expression. You, what you want? Who are you? The zombie doesn't seem to have heard you. He looks you up and down for a few moments and frowns. What you do here? His eyes narrow suspiciously. You spy on Dusties? I'm not a spy. I got sealed in here by accident. Can you help me out? Silent for a moment, then nods slightly, as if in understanding. Why should I help you? Because... So we can theoretically call him out. But let's see if we can bargain a little bit. Maybe we can help each other out. What do you want in return? I need you to get a key for me. One iron key at Embalmer's room. Embalmer's. Okay, so there is an Embalmer's room. Likely probably where we would get the thread that we need as well. Where's this key? A dusty chit has it. He points at his eyes. She has yellow eyes. Oh, the Embalmer's room is right next door. Blades on fingers. Yep. This dust. Are you sure you don't want me to introduce the two of you? He doesn't seem to understand you. That was a joke. See, forget it. I'll go find your key.
Updated my journal.
If you're caught, don't say nothing about me, or me get you in your sleep. All right, let's back off for a sec. I do wonder if there's anything to the south. Oh, yes there is. Okay, so let's go get the key. Hopefully, this won't come to blows. Hello. She's still dissecting the corpse. Study the motion. Okay, the rhythm of the talons reminds you of something, but you can't quite recall what.
Updated my journal.
You feel a prickling along your scalp, and suddenly you find your vision swimming, blurring until you are standing in front of a freshly slain corpse, rigor mortis making a mockery of its smile. The number 42 has been stitched onto its scalp. The zombie is lying on a slab, and you have just finished stitching up its chest. You've placed something inside, something that may prove useful if you come this way again. Keep these things safe and wait for my return. Okay, so I guess periodically we're going to have echoes of a past life that we, in theory, had. The corpse does too. Cross your arms in front of her chest. The with hands fall back to its size. The vision fades. You've regained a memory. Memory can gain you additional experience point skills and may lead you to gaining something else of value later on. So if we can find this corpse with the number 42 on it, I don't think we've run into it yet because we can't examine anything on the tables, but we can talk to all the zombie workers. So if we do run into it, we might have to take decisive action. All right, let's get her attention again. Dumb zombies. Find thread and embalming fluid. Yes. Wait a moment. You make the motion of a key turning with your hand. I need an embalming key. Do you have one? She leans forward, looks at your hand motions, and sniff. Her hand darts into her robe, then emerges, a key hanging from her wickedly sharp index finger. Bring back when done. Go.
Updated my journal.
That was easy. I guess if she thinks that we're a worker, first of all, I don't know why we would be able to talk if we're a zombie, but yeah, I guess you give it to us. Hello. Here's that embalming. Well, let's ask some questions first. Do you know someone named Farad? Farad? The zombie frowns briefly in thought. Me here, he live in hives somewhere. He shakes his head. Not nowhere. He frowns again. Dusty's very mad. They not like Farad. Well, what's this hive? Slums outside this place. Why don't the dustmen like Farad?
Updated my journal.
He's a collector. Brings debtors to Mortuary. Sells them to dustmen. Brings a lot of debtors. Dusty does not know where he gets debtors. Thinks he's putting mercs in Deadbook. I gotta be honest, I have no idea what you just said. But it seems like they don't even know where he gets the dead. But they're not gonna say anything because they need the dead to function, to keep this place up and running. He's saying this Farad Burke has been selling a lot of debtors, corpses, to the dustmen. That's what collectors do. They gather dead bodies and sell them to the dustmen. Sounds like this Farad's been selling so many debtors that the Dusties think he's been putting hivers in the dead book before their hour's up. You know, killing people. Yes, okay. So not only is he collecting dead, he is actively hurrying them along, so to speak. I'm missing a journal. Have you seen it? No. Some Burke peel you. What? He wants to know if somebody robbed you. Probably what happened. Okay. As we suspect. What about Doll? Scribe shrugs. Old, yellow. Well, I guess old is probably one of the top 3 words that I would use to describe as well. How'd you get to look like that? Me good at disguise. Me also good scars. Me wear lots of embalming fluid. Me make good zombie. The zombie giggles through stitched lips, then taps his head. Dusty's stupid. Yeah, they're the stupid ones, all right. Which I kind of have to agree if you're going so far as to stitch your lips together and get scars in order to disguise yourself. You must have a really good reason to be here. Sarcasm is evidently lost. Who nods eagerly? Stupid Dusties. Me make good zombie. Well, can you disguise me? He looks you up and down for a few moments, mumbling to himself, then nods. Me need jar of embalming fluid. And some needle and thread. Okay. Well, alright, since that didn't activate anything, I assume we can't actually do that. Here's the embalming room key. Zombie side Wizen, and he snatches the key from your hand. He turns it over, nodding all the while. Good. Now, how do I get out of here?
My journal.
Zombie grunts. You can escape the portals. Poof. He waves his hands. What portals? Portals. The zombie waves around the area. Portals everywhere. Well, can you show me? The zombie nods. You want out? Go to arch on 1st floor, northwest room. You need fingerbone, shape of crook. He holds up his index finger and bends it into a crook. When you have key, go to arch, jump to secret crypt and can escape from their secret escape route. You can rest there. Crooked finger bone. Where am I going to find one of those?
Updated my journal.
He shrugs. Must be one around somewhere. Look in storage rooms on upper floor. Maybe there. All right, check upstairs for the crooked finger bone, then head to the first floor to one of the arches in the northwest room. Got it. So, I guess there are portals that can go ahead and northwest room basically take us out of here. Vaxis told us we can rest. He doesn't know where I can find a crooked finger bone, but suggests we look at the upper floor of the mortuary. As we should. Let's see if there's any thread in here. Embalming fluid. That's a good sign, but we do need thread. Wearable tubes. A yellow liquid is cycling through the tubes into a strange machine, making clicking noises like an insect. A bloody cloth covers the remains of this corpse. Still an unbearable stench. Thread? It's locked. Huh. I wonder if we can do anything with that. As far as I'm aware, we can't really do anything. I mean, if it's an RPG, and I know my RPGs, we might be able to lockpick it, but not at this time, it looks like. Feel free to, let me know if that's something we can potentially take a look at later. We can continue to go down here, it looks like, and connect all the rooms that we've been in, because this is the room where we woke up in. Let's just poke around. It's locked. We need a key. All right. Change of plans. Let's go upstairs. Third floor.
I'm gone.
Yeah. I can hear something burning, and it would appear it is this. Skeleton worker. So we've gone from zombies to skeletons. The skeleton, number 748, according to its number chiseled above its brow, is odd only in some of its teeth appear to be false ones, made of reddish-brown stone, but they're not valuable. Pardon me, have you seen any skeletons walking around here? Makes no reply. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Wonder if this Greybeard would mind if I borrowed his body. Greybeard? Greybeard. Geezer, old fellow. Yellow dog. Old. Well, I don't think he's in any position to object. Mort studies the skeleton for a moment, then shakes his hand. Nah, I need a fresher one than this. Something with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured, and you're not? Oh, you're a sack full of laughs. Mort glares at you. Besides, you're one to talk, Burke. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. That's a brutal comeback, and I am going to incorporate that into my lexicon. Oh yeah, at least I have all my parts. Mort snorts. You're not quite sure how he managed it without lungs. Yeah, great point. Let me tell you, Mort, there's nothing more satisfying than walking around, swinging your arms, breathing the crisp air through the lungs. It's great to have a body. I'll have you know that helping you escape the preparation room has now been added to my growing list of regrets. Mort snorts again. I should have let you rot. Some more, that is. Okay. Amazing that we click on one skeleton worker and that results in an entire dialogue interaction between the two of us. Incredible work. And there is a dustman up here. I believe the dustman, as was mentioned last episode, might want us dead, but my curiosity gets the better of me, so. The dustman regards you with a stony gaze. Are you lost? Yes. I will summon a guard to direct you out. Hold a moment. Well, I don't want to just... I don't want to get into a fight. Let's leave. Step back and clasp his hands together sharply 3 times. A great iron bell starts tolling throughout the mortuary. Okay, great. Let's put our new arm to use. That did a lot of damage. Come on, man. Come on. All right. So clearly we're going to have to get through this without a little tact, which is a little bit of a shame, but perhaps some of these guys have some useful things on them. We already have a good enough item, I think. Copper commons, a jagged knife. Not even... it's about as good as our scalpel. Usable only in the Mortuary, disguises user as a dustman. They are cosmetic disguise. Even though you appear to be marked armed with a dagger, you will do damage according to the weapon you had equipped when you put the disguise on. If you end up alerting the Mortuary to your presence, it will not hide you for dustmen who are looking for intruders. Well, so I don't know if that's really going to have a an effect on us, unfortunately. It might have been helpful if I had actually snapped his neck, which tells me as a player, maybe sometimes I have to take decisive action before things get too out of control here. Because as it is, we're going to be murdering the entire Mortuary, it looks like. Oh, what a shame. Sorry, man. Had to be done. Clot Charm. Simulates user's blood into clotting and scabbing. Okay. So it heals and also resists slashing and piercing. I wonder if these are permanent. Probably not. I doubt it. Probably temporary things. The alarm seems to have... Okay. I was just about to fucking say that it seemed to have stopped, but it did not. Junk. So what we're looking for is a curved finger that will get us out of here, gain us access to a portal that we can use on the first floor. There doesn't seem to be much aside from workers here, but it looks like there are some rooms that we can go into on the side. Let's just clear things out a little bit first. Hopefully this only aggroes all the people on this floor. This rolled up piece of parchment appears to be some sort of message they were supposed to deliver. This is the third and last request for the pry bar. If it has been replaced, tell me, and I shall go to the hive market and purchase another. I have no objection to maintaining the contracted workers, but I've been trying to repair the skeletons, and the bolts are wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Also, some of the locks on the storage cabinets on the third floor become stuck again due to the heat, and I need the pry bar to snap them open as well. Your aid in this matter will be appreciated. So, all right. Pretty clearly, if we want to open that locked chest that we found downstairs, or maybe even some of these doors, we need a pry bar. So let's see if we can look for that as well. Embalming Charm. This item will work in you and Morte, simply place it into a quick item. So I don't exactly know. The target gains 2 to 8 temporary hit points. Okay, so it's temporary boost in health as well as 1 AC. We get a free air conditioner for our troubles. So I'm going to spend a series of tasks in red ink on this scrap of parchment. I would like the contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We experienced too many contracted collapses while engaged in heavy labor as of late, and I fear the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying or may have been warped somehow. Yeah, well, the problem with using dead people as workers is I imagine they will die. Nice that they're called contracted workers, though. Really suits this environment that they are not even considered dead, but rather contracted. If the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapsed, then this would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation rooms and free up more contracted workers for other duties. I do not wish collapsed bodies to be disposed of. When possible, the original contracted shells are to be raised and made to resume their duties. Okay, so don't even dispose them. Raise them and resume their duties. It seems like that they, from that one person that we found that contract from, are supposed to do this forever. They just give their bodies to be used like this for the rest of their lives, which is kind of a scary thought, but at the same time, that's capitalism. Another Clot Charm. So, does this stack? It does. All right, good to know. Container locked. We'll have to remember that if we find it. I am wondering if we can find anything of worth. Also, what's here? The air roaring from the mouth of this immense furnace is incredibly hot. A few steps past the archway would cause your hair and flesh to burst into flame. Let's not do that then. I do like that we automatically heal. Resistance to fire, magical fire. A charred bone fragment, perhaps a finger bone or a talon. I don't know if this is what we're looking for. Probably not, but I'm going to take it anyway. Nothing here, nothing there. Nothing anywhere. Alright, I guess that way we cannot leave. Hello! This dustman is entirely unbothered. He's just gonna leave the contracted workers to do what they gotta do. Alright, come on. It's your time. Dustman robes, bronze ring. Can be sold. Needle and thread. We needed that. Although I hope we can still give it to that lady down there. I have a feeling we might not be able to anymore. Excuse me. Just gonna take a quick look here. A pry bar. We need a pry bar. Contract the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I am certain the initial raising was warped. The worker still responds to commands, but when it's completed a task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as it did before. Dahl recently informed me that worker 42 exhibited that same walking pattern when it was a zombie decades ago. There may be a soul echo in the marrow, or the skeleton's age may have been caused the magic animating him to decay. One of the initiates suggested it may be following an order issued by a higher-ranking dustman, but I have found no records of such an order. So, decades scares me, because that implies, well, I guess if we have been living several lives, it goes to show that we probably have been living for a very long time. And in the grand scheme of life, if we are this immortal being, decades... not a whole lot of time. So that is a little concerning. But contractual worker 42 makes me want to look for them because they have this earring that we might want. All right, containers locked. Let's see if we can... quick item. Pry bar. Wrong item type. Oh, okay, it's a weapon. It's about as strong as that, but let's equip the pry bar so that we can open. No?
Forced it.
Okay. We have to click on it and then bring it open. 83! Quite a lot. Let's keep walking. Hello. Sorry to have to do this. So it looks like we have essentially circled around every room here. Mortuary Sanctum Key. Fusion of bone and unidentifiable blood red. It's jagged C-shape. Alright, so this is just a normal key, but it might get us further downstairs. You only need to have them in inventory. Okay, so yeah, we only need to have the key in our inventory to open doors. But not that door. I do wonder if... I mean, I doubt that this will open here. No. Was there not a... something that we could open with the pry bar previously? I might be going crazy. And forgive me if I'm sidetracking myself. Okay.
Forced it.
There we go. This is what we're looking for. The old fingerbone charm that has been hollowed out. Tiny symbols have been scratched on its surface. So this is something that we need. Also a fly charm. Invokes swarm curse. I would love... One thing that I am definitely less certain on about how this game operates is the like the day-to-day combat function and how that works. So I would love any kind of tips and tricks as to how that will work. If I should be equipping these charms and how to use them. I can definitely experiment with it later on, but would love any kind of pointers that I can get. What if we can show, well, all right. Let's see, since we can hear the bell from here, if our outfit will work. Oh, I didn't actually pick it up. All right. Let's hope that you are still all right. No. Although you are okay. It's just the zombies that aren't. Well, I've got this for you.
Updated my journal.
Without missing a beat, Avini, I don't know how to pronounce it, snaps the thread from your hands and hooks it around one of the talons, then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. Takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. Within minutes, she is finished. She clicks her talons and turns to face you, extends her hand, and drags her talons along your arms and chest. Let's just keep playing zombie. Well, looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or... let's just keep it up. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who'll write on you? Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs, then pokes one of your scars. This one bad shape, many scars, no preserves. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like, she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. But she's gonna start stitching us up. Well, then let's let her go. Curiously painless as she stitches up your scars, when she's done, she sniffs you, frowns, and stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and it makes you feel better. This may be the second time in my life. I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Well, that did increase our health permanently, so I'm quite happy with that. And I'm gonna leave. So if we do have a key, let's see if we can get into this door. It's really the only one that we can't, or we hadn't previously. Just curious. I know that it says that once we have the key... Did I not pick up the key? Did I not pick up the key? We're gonna have to go back.
I'm gone.
Alright, so the key was down here. I am ashamed. I'm embarrassed. I am the fool. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm trying to get the key. Neither of us are hitting one another. Okay. We're just swinging at dead air. Oh. Oh, Lord. Give me the key. I can't believe I didn't take it. All right, let's go downstairs. Mort is way ahead. Oh, good. Okay. Doesn't matter who goes down, so long as we do. So wait a minute.
Right.
Let me go through that other door. I am all over the place right now, but now that we actually have the key, it probably will let us in here. Bear with me as I figure my life out. God, there's just more and more dustmen. He's got a knife. Oh, excuse me. All right. Okay, so this also goes downstairs. A hammer. Nothing that beats anything we currently have, so let's go downstairs. All right. This brings us back to where we began, and there are stairs here. I will check it out after we venture down here. Cleaning rags. Wonder what caused the fact that there's already a mass of dead flesh in the center of the room. Alright, nothing interesting. Let's move. I do hope we run into that zombie number 42, however. Oh boy.
Done.
You know, for somebody who wanted to start this playthrough as... Oh god, you have a name! I'm killing a named character! I'm so sorry. For somebody who wanted to... The Mortuary key. Start this playthrough as a non-aggressor, as somebody who is charismatic, but not necessarily somebody who will attack people head-on. I am doing an awful lot of that. So I imagine that might be the Mortuary entrance, but I imagine there's also going to be more people out there, and we probably don't want to risk that. Okay, giant skeletons, let's... Look.
Damn it.
Don't let it end like this.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad that my plan to show everybody what happened when we died went into effect. So what happens when we die is that we do respawn here on this slab.
Done.
And now I pray to God that the aggro alarm is done, even though I'm not necessarily too sure. Hello. The plaque on this bier says, "Here lies Dayanara." This looks like a large tomb. The marble surface gives it a rather elegant look. Hello. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair, and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly, and her eyes flicker. Greetings?
You. What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
Okay, so, full disclosure, when I did say I played this game a couple years back, I don't remember much beyond the premise. One of the things that sticks out very much in my mind is how I felt after having this conversation. And it's not good. I still hold some shred of use for you, my love. Do I know you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory within you. I think I feel the stirrings of memory. Please tell me more. Perhaps your words shall chase the shadows from my mind, Dayanara. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memory shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. It's so... We very clearly did something to... Okay, this goes back quite a few. We very clearly did something to this woman to where we wrought some kind of indescribable pain, the misery that we have wrought. She clearly loved us, and despite whatever we inflicted on her, the bitterness she feels toward us, she does seem desperate to help us in some regard. Do you know who I am? You are one both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. Blessed and cursed? What do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. She points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? Oh, I wonder why. I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me, and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believe that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were. And what am I? I cannot... She suddenly freezes and she speaks slowly, carefully, as if her voice frightens her. The truth is this. You are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. So, not only can we not die, but those people that die around us in some way, shape, or form cannot die either. And so somebody who clearly has been dealing with some kind of pain can't die. As Dayanara speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up and look at it, you can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles, and in turn giving strength to your bones.
Updated my journal.
And you know Dayanara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies you and intrigues you. You have remembered how to raise others from the dead. Select the Special Abilities button in the Quick menu. You can only use this on party members that have died in your presence. It will not work on anyone who does not travel with you, and it will not work on party members you remove from the party while they are dead. So only those traveling with us, we have the ability to, through some kind of inexplicable bond, bring them back from the dead. What is it you wish to know? Who are you? Okay, we've already gone through this. Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love, as in the times when life was something both of us shared. Now it is the eternal boundary that separates us, which is some kind of plane in between life and death. Dayanara sounds saddened. It is a barrier I fear you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. Can you tell me... Well, it looks like we've kind of exhausted this, so I need to escape. Can you help me? As you're about to ask Dayanara the question, it catches in your throat. It occurs to you that if you tell her you are looking for an escape route, she may feel you are abandoning her. If you are going to ask her how to leave, you'll need to be delicate about it. So I don't know necessarily that we have to ask her how to leave, because we have a bone, a charm of some kind, a key to a portal that is somewhere here on the first floor. And if we keep looking, we can theoretically find it. So I think we are going to not jostle any kind of other emotion out of her. Especially, I don't know, 2 kind of rubs me the wrong way. Makes me feel icky that, like, oh yeah, no, I'm in danger. I'll return as soon as I can to speak to you again. Like, almost manipulating her. And I feel like, I don't know, a lot of this dialogue, a lot of our aggressiveness, our headstrongness, I feel like they are shades of our past that we can, if we want to, resurrect within us in some form. And I feel like this is not necessarily aggressive, but a form of manipulating her that we have, I believe, probably done so before. And I don't know. I don't want to go down that route. So I'm just gonna leave. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost, I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. What could you possibly say that would be of any interest to me? What is it that your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now. And Dionaro goes quiet. What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead for you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Tell me. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me. So, the fact that we can just outright lie and say, yeah, no, of course, I'll find some ways to save you or join you is, again, gross. But we can also make a vow. So we can in fact lie, or we can actually say, listen, straight up, I am going to save you. I find it hard to believe that a woman I once loved would blackmail promises from me with a promise of revelations. Have you no faith in me? That's kind of deflecting. The price of such a promise is too high. Well, I feel gross. Just, I don't know, talking to her, because we've caught echoes of our past life from Doll, and here and there, like, we've found some things, but she is the first person who knows us, who has traveled with us, who has died here, who has a tomb here, and her first response towards seeing us is disgust, and then a sort of weird, perverse desperation. But I want to try to make amends. I have no idea what we did. I have no idea what we did, who we were to her. Clearly she loved us. And if I'm reading this correctly, we did not love her. But I want to try to make it right.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time. You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the plains.
Okay.
You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
So we are being asked to make a sacrifice, a terrible sacrifice. She frames it as a terrible sacrifice, but she also said that, if I'm mistaken, dies many deaths. I could have sworn that she... Yeah, you are both blessed and cursed, she says. But then also here, it is a terrible sacrifice. Unless she's not referring to the fact that we have to destroy that which keeps us alive and lose our immortality. So what could she be referring to?
I know that you must die while you still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I can.
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. So, if we lose pieces of ourselves, piece by piece, every time we die, and we've gotten to this point now where we have no recollection of the world, of who we are, of where we are, of who these people are that at some point meant so much to us. How many times have we died? And it's a little concerning just to think about it, but I suspect that is one of many questions that we're going to try to answer on our journey here. What? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough.
This is what my eyes.
Okay.
You shall meet,
So,
you shall I know.
I guess that's it.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? You kind of drifted out on me there. I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? That specter I was talking to, the woman. You were rattling your bone box with some woman? Where? Mort looks around, excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her? No, you just kind of drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone adult on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on.
I feel stronger.
Yeah, so we can see her. And now she's gone. Which I wonder how that works, because I know that we have the power to raise the dead, raise those close to us, but in theory, that's just raising the dead. She is still dead. She's a specter of some kind. And I don't know, that's just really interesting to think about what that means. We did level up.
What's up?
This is
Yeah, sure, why not?
okay, we can control
Right.
who we're moving on this, but I don't want to control. Okay, I'm trying to see if we can level up. Unless this is, how do we level up? Okay, you can't level up. You can. And God, look, that's us. It's our first close-up, and yeah, I can see why people would think that we look like a zombie. Okay, well, saving throws have improved, fighting skills have improved, 1 characteristic point, 5 hit points gained. So we can put 1 more into this. Let's up our dexterity a little bit. Make it a little harder for us to hit. We can only do 1, yep. Alright, so with that will bring us to a close for our second episode. Next time, I believe that we will be getting out of here, and we'll start to explore the world at large, see what it has in store for us, and see if we can find some answers. Because that conversation just gave me a lot more questions to think about. So, until next time, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.